The summer of 2018 was supposed to be the summer of the Philadelphia 76ers. If we look at what this team was supposed to be and what it's become now, it's completely different. We've heard rumors that LeBron James was supposed to be in Philadelphia. We heard rumors that Paul George might be in Philly. And we also heard rumors that Kawhi might be in Philly. But in the end, none of those things happened. And if I'm the 76ers fan or someone that is supporting the 76ers, I'm a little bit worried because in my head, I'm thinking that the process may never be completed.
LeBron James all the way in.
And here comes Simmons the other way, 3-on-2. Simmons eludes the defender and lays it in with that. Certainly the length altered that shot. How did it go? Steps.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Bernie here, bringing you yet another video here in the charge, giving the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. And before we get started on to today's fixer-upper on the 76ers, go and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And also remember to go and check out our other fixer-uppers we have on the channel. We just have one on the LA Lakers. Go and check that out. Can Brandon Ingram become an NBA superstar? Leave a comment down below if you think he can. But right now, like I said, we got to talk about the 76ers. And in my opinion, the first thing we got to start off with is just looking at the pieces that they have in place right now. Obviously, they have a guy in Joel Embiid who's going to be an all-NBA center. Maybe he takes over Anthony Davis's reign of being the best center in the league. Obviously, that was Boogie Cousins for a while. That was Anthony Davis. They're battling between each other, even though I believe that Davis plays more of the 4 position. But they were still battling, right? But now I think Joel Embiid is going to see if he can take the reign, and I think he can take the reign because I think his game, especially if he's able to play back-to-back games now, he'll have that reign for sure. Ben Simmons is another guy that we got to look at. Another guy that I think will be able to, at some point, become comfortable with his jump shot, but right now, if he can just get at least a little floater game or just something where he can pull up 15 feet or just a, post down fadeaway shot like Michael Jordan-esque, then maybe you have something there with Ben Simmons in terms of getting that jump shot more comfortable, becoming more of a scoring threat, because I think that's the only thing to Ben Simmons' game that he needs left to complete. And another thing that we got to look at is, of course, Markelle Fultz. And this one to me is really troubling because right now in the summer 2018, it's July 28th, and we have yet to see any video of him shooting a jump shot. We've seen him jelly, we've seen him dunk, we've seen him, posterize these kids in practice. I mean, we just haven't seen him shoot a jumper. It's the biggest mystery in the NBA. Where the heck did Markelle Fultz jumper go? He was all right in college. I saw him play a little bit. He only played 9 games, but in a weak Pac-12 conference. It's not like they had any of their NBA superstars there. I think if the Pac-12 can get those guys to come again to the Pac-12, the Kentucky guys, the Duke guys that go there and just come to the Pac-12 instead, like Bobo and Sharif did, then I think you'll have a better chance of, saying, okay, the Pac-12 is actually really good this year. But Markelle Fultz, again, another story that we just don't know what happened to him. His jump shot is gone. He's had, some mental problems because I don't know. I mean, that just happens. It's part of life. So the only thing I can do is really support him. Hopefully he gets the help he needs, and I know he did because right now he looks like he's in a better place. But if he wants to prove to us, the fans, especially 76ers fans who were a little bit worried that when they made that trade to get Markelle Fultz at the #1 pick, they were expecting to get this great jump shooter, they were expecting to get this great point guard, but in the end what they got was a guy that didn't really play that many games and right now can't shoot a lick. So I want to know in the comments down below, what do you guys think of the Markelle Fultz situation thing? Do you think he'll ever get that jumper back? And do you think that he'll become a better and more integral part of the 76ers this coming season? Another guy, of course, Dario Saric. He's a little bit inconsistent with his jumper, but I think throughout time he'll get better, and I think he's a great piece, especially if they're going to have him all the way to the 2021 season. I think they're at a 3 to 4 year window of getting this championship because Ben Simmons is going to be on that contract to 2021, and I think the key for the 76ers, especially if they want to beat the Boston Celtics, because I think it's going to be a two-way battle between the Celtics and the 76ers for that Eastern Conference Finals spot to go to the NBA Finals. And if they want that, they're going to have to get a superstar. But before we talk about that, like I said, the foundation. To me, if I was to compare the foundation to a house, I think it's one that's on a rocky foundation. It's on an uneven, it's on a slant, it's on a hill. And I think that this house can be worth a lot more, but with some of the stuff that I've seen, old appliances, a weird backyard, it's slanted, I think that's going to drop the value of the house a little bit, and instead of being up here where the Boston Celtics are right now, that's just a little bit of a step below until they can get that superstar to really come in and really form this house again so that everybody wants to buy this house and it's going to be upvalued from where it was previous year. The next thing we got to talk about is, of course, the Mikkel Bridges trade, or Mikkel Bridges, however you want to pronounce it. That, to me, is the biggest head scratcher of all the 76ers moves, because, to me, the 76ers had the perfect 3-and-D guy that they needed, right? They needed shooting. They were losing a couple of guys this season, Ilyasova and other guys like him. And instead, they got Zaire Smith, who's more of an athlete. I think, in the end, you're not going to beat anybody. You had the Boston Celtics beat in some of the games, honestly, but you just didn't have the shooters when it came to it. Robert Covington came up a little bit small in the playoffs, but I believe this year he'll be a little bit better. But at the same time, you need shooters, and I think Mikkel Bridges could have been that for you. And you guys were lucky because you guys were the number 10 pick. You fell in love with Mikkel Bridges because of what he can do for your team, but at the end, you traded him away. For whatever reason, you think that you need to be more athletic. I think you needed more shooting, and you got rid of your shooting there. To me, that's just a questionable move, and it's going to be one that I think that in the comments down below, tell me about it. Do you guys agree that Mikkel Bridges will be the biggest kind of regret for the 76ers not to have obtained him, and that the Phoenix Suns are really going to take advantage of him because he's going to do everything for them what he should have been doing for the 76ers? Now, of course, this wouldn't be a fixer-upper if we didn't go over the free agency class of 2019. Obviously, some notable guys are going to be Jimmy Butler, who's going to be on a player option contract. Another guy that's going to be on his player contract option is, of course, Kawhi Leonard, CJ Miles, Pat Patterson, all these other guys, Umar Asik, who somehow is going to be making $11 million in 2019, but it looks like there's an early termination option, so he'll get $3 million if he gets terminated, his contract. But let's focus on what the 76ers need in this free agency class. Obviously, Klay Thompson's another big name, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, a number of guys. Chandler Parsons, if you want to include him, I think if he for the right price, maybe he might be a fit. But let's look at the three guys that I think that are realistically in contention for the 76ers. It's going to be Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, and Klay Thompson. Now, all those guys are signing with a different team, so the most they can earn is $35 million from the 76ers themselves. And from the cap holds and all the stuff that they have, they're going to have $41 million to play with if they get rid of all the cap holds. That includes guys like Jared Bayless, TJ McConnell, all these other guys that are really going to be making a lot of money, JJ Redick. And if you get rid of that, you have $41 million to play with, and once you pay one of those guys, you'll have $6.5, which I think you might want to sign TJ McConnell because I think he's a very integral part to your team. Maybe he's worth a little bit more, maybe some team will pay him a little bit more, but if you can get him for $6.5, I think that'll be a great deal. Now, who's the guy that fits the best? I still think, if we're looking at it throughout, I think Kawhi Leonard is the best fit. He's the best two-way player in the NBA. He plays offense really well. He plays defense extremely well. I think he's probably one of the best defensive players I think I've seen in my lifetime. Besides Ron Artest, another guy just with quick hands and great reaction time. But Kawhi Leonard, to what I'm thinking, he's the perfect fit. He can shoot the three. He's a great defender. And I think he doesn't have to be the star. And I think if winning championships is what it's about for him, then I think this is the great move for him. But in my heart of heart, I think with the new management that Kawhi Leonard's with, I don't think that's in his cards. I think what he really wants is to become a superstar, become more of a personality. I mean, if we look at kind of the shoe commercial stuff and all the Michael Jordan issues, he really wants that shoe money. He's going to see if maybe New Balance will sign him. I mean, there's a lot of stuff with Kawhi Leonard where I think that LA is probably going to be the fit for him. As much as I would love to see him in the Philadelphia 76ers uniform, I just think in my heart of heart, he's going to go back to LA where he's from and just flourish there. Another guy that we can look at is, of course, Jimmy Butler. And I think this, to me, is the perfect fit. Jimmy Butler is a guy that I think the 76ers should take the risk on. I know he's going to be 30 by the 2019, but like I said, you have a 4-year window to get really that championship while those guys are on their rookie contracts, on the small contracts, before you go up and become, have to pay Ben Simmons over the salary cap, and you have to do what the Warriors are doing right now, which is paying over the moon to keep their whole team intact. And I think, like I said, Jimmy Butler offensively and defensively could help this team out and potentially carry this team with a bunch of young guys, even though they're going to be a little bit older, carry those young guys to finally get to that championship level and eventually maybe beat the Boston Celtics. I know there's rumors that Jimmy Butler and Kyrie Irving might team up in New York, and that's why the Knicks are kind of playing for that 2019. But I think if the 76ers are smart, they would say, hey, let's quickly get Jimmy Butler because we need him to complete our process. And I think if you're able to get that in a 4-year window, you will win a championship, I believe, in my heart of heart. The last guy we got to talk about is, of course, Klay Thompson. And I'll just say this, as much as I love him offensively and defensively, to me, he's a California kid. I know his dad wants him to play in the Lakers, but in my heart of heart, I think he's just going to stay in Golden State. I think they're going to be able to keep that team together because that's what Golden State is owner's willing to do. He's willing to pay over the moon to keep all the team together so that way they can win numerous amount of championships. Whether Kevin Durant leaves or not is another discussion video for a different day, but the 76ers, like I said, they're on this rocky foundation, but if they can get that superstar to really balance it out, maybe that house will be worth something more and they'll get more than market value for that house. I want to know your guys' opinions down below. Do you guys agree with my fixer-upper? Do you guys agree that those are the superstars that they should be targeting? Do you think that Jimmy Butler is the best piece out of all those two, out of the 3 guys that I talked about, Klay Thompson, Jimmy Butler, and Kawhi Leonard? Also, what do you think of the Markelle Fultz situation? Do you think it's weird that there's no shooting videos of him shooting a jump shot or anything like that? I want to know your comments down below. But anyway, guys, this has been your boy Bernie here on The Charge, giving the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new. Don't forget to check out our fixer-uppers that we have on the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.